Okay, we're live. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, do you see the chart?
Hold on. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Oops. All right, Melanie, when's your birthday?
It's October 27th, 1987.
1887. What time?
Can I just type the birth time? Is
Why
that
type?
okay? I
Well,
can just send you a message.
you can, but it's going to show on my screen anyway.
Oh, all right. It's 10:01
In the
a.m.
morning or in the evening?
a.m. in the morning.
In the morning, and where?
Um, Iligan City, Philippines. Iligan City.
Oh,
Oh,
Iligan
sorry,
Lanao
it's
del Norte?
I'm sorry. It's Cagayan de Oro. Cagayan, Cagayan de Oro.
Okay, Cagayan de Oro.
Yes,
Oh, great. Okay,
Philippines.
that one works. All right, you have Capricorn rising.
Yes.
All right, very good. So let's get started.
Okay.
I always start with the same question, and it's just what's going on in your life currently.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm planning to move out, but I know that my employer is the one who's going to manage my housing. However, I have no new employer for the next school year because I'm a school teacher. And so I've sent applications. And oh, by the way, I'm a teacher based outside of the Philippines, somewhere in East Asia. And yeah, that's my current situation right now. Oh, and I'm not sure if you can hear the rumbling sound. That's my AC. I'm sorry if that's a bit distracting. So,
I don't hear
yeah.
it at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Um, can you explain this planning to move out, but your employer will manage the housing? Why is that?
Because my housing allowance is tied to my salary, and my current employer won't be renewing their contract with the teaching program that I'm under. So I'm waiting for the new school placement from the teaching program. But at the same time, I've been applying to different schools.
Okay. So there's something else I'm not understanding. It's like because you're saying that the school didn't renew the contract. So it's kind of
Yes.
like you're not part of the school, but you're being sent to the school as a third party somehow. Is that right?
Um, I'm still working at the school. It's just that I'm under it's the teaching program that's the third party. So it's like a matchmaking company but for schools and teachers. And so this teaching program matched me with this school. But for this
Mhm.
I'm sorry, for the next school year, 2026 to 2027, they won't be renewing the contract with the teaching
Got it.
program. Yeah. So that's the
Okay.
case.
Uh-huh. So that means you're so are you unemployed at the moment?
I'm still employed, but if I don't get a new school placement or a new employer, I might be unemployed around August 1st.
Okay.
On August
So
1st.
you're still in the school where you are now. They just didn't renew the contract for next year. So you're actually
Yes.
working and you just have to move before August to another school.
Yes.
Okay.
School
And
and
you're waiting
housing.
for the school for the teaching program to place you somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I guess you don't have to do anything for that because they're just searching on your behalf.
Yes. However, I'm not sure if they could give me a new school placement around June or July. And so I don't want to be homeless around August 1st on
Uh-huh.
August 1st. And so I'm thinking of, I'm already sending my applications to other schools because
I see.
my lease ends on August 1st. So,
That's my birthday. Okay.
oh,
Okay, I see the situation pretty clearly now. Um, okay, so the inside wheel, Melanie, is your birth chart, by the way. Are you familiar with the basics in
yeah,
astrology?
yes.
Okay. So the inside wheel is your birth chart, and the outside wheel is the transits. The transits is just
Mhm.
the location of the planets now, or at
Yeah.
any time we choose. So I have the
Mhm.
transits up for today, May 11th. And what I want to show you is that you have Mars on the midheaven at 11 degrees Libra.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for me, this Mars placement is that you're working for a teaching company and they're the ones to place you in the actual schools. That's the Libra part.
Mhm.
And for me, the opposition from Saturn that is happening now, you can see Saturn is just on the cusp of your fourth house, about
Yes.
to enter the fourth house, right?
Yeah. It's
And
been
so
biting
you're
my
afraid
ass.
that you're worried about your housing, and then maybe you're not going to have housing. The lease is running out soon. You're looking for a place that can give you housing, right? That's the big
Yes.
concern.
Yes.
Okay. And you can see that it's connected to Mars in Libra in the 10th,
Mhm.
right? Because your employer is the one that should provide that housing, but you're not too sure whether
Exactly.
they'll find a place. Okay, good. So does that make sense when you see it that way?
Yes. I've also like as of now, I can feel the pressure because well, pretty much when it comes to angles, they're the most potent when it comes to transits. And so knowing that the ruler of my Libra Mars is my natal sorry is Aries in the fourth, and of course there's Scorpio in 11th house. But as of now, it's something that I can feel the friction between the fourth house and 10th house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you're waiting for placement. What's
Yeah.
going on in the meantime?
There's still no update whatsoever because I have other co-teachers from this similar teaching program, and nobody still has the new school placement for the next school year. So we're all waiting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And you said that you live abroad, somewhere in
I
East
do.
Asia. Okay, so I guess you just want to keep your privacy.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Can we? Okay, I'm just gonna pretend it's Malaysia. I don't know where it really is, but it makes it
Oh,
easier for me when I
not
can
in
ask.
Southeast Asia. Not in Southeast Asia. It's in East Asia.
Okay, Taiwan.
Let's go
I'm
with
just
that one.
thinking a country.
We're
It doesn't
close. We're
matter which
close.
country. Right? It's when I'm talking, it's just easier for me to have a country to
Sure.
say.
No
You know.
problem. Let's go
All
with
right.
that. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Taiwan.
Let's go with Taiwan. Okay. So how long? So how long have you been living outside the Philippines?
Since December 5th, 2023.
So that's when you moved to this place where you are now,
Yep.
and you did that for the teaching position.
Yes.
Okay. Do you speak the language where you are?
A little bit.
A little bit. So, do you teach online?
Oh no, I teach at a public school.
Okay. Um, Okay, the reason I ask you is okay, so how is it in that country where you're living now? How do you feel there?
Oh my goodness, it's now um really hot. It's summertime already in this country, and well, I've no complaints in terms of healthcare and transportation. It's absolutely different from where I'm from. So I pretty much see myself staying around, I guess, 2030, because I'm planning to apply for my permanent residency in late 2028 or late 2029. Yeah. I'm almost 3 years here,
Mm-hmm.
by the way.
Okay. And why do you want to be permanently there?
Healthcare. Healthcare benefits because
So
I
you
can
have some
move
kind of
out.
condition?
No, but my mom had I mean, she already passed away in 2019, and I saw her life and how healthcare is so important for somebody. So I'm planning to move out. I'm sorry, I'm planning to move to another country sometime next decade, but I need to have a permanent residency first in this country in order for me to continue
Mm,
paying for my health insurance, my national health insurance, and at least I have a backup plan because I'm the only one left. My parents are separated. I'm the only child of my mom. It's pretty much me, just me. And I need to take care of myself. I need to look forward in the future. And so this is one of the plan.
hmm But your father is still living.
Yes, with his new family.
Okay, I see. And so you actually left the Philippines because the healthcare situation there is just not good enough. Like that was
It's
the
not
main
just
thing.
it's not just the healthcare situation. I was looking for stability because I had no stable job back in the Philippines, and I was already in my mid 30s, and so like I don't mind starting over. I just need to find stability. I need stable job, and sadly my homeland couldn't offer that to me, and so I have to move out.
hmm
Mhm.
Okay, and you need the stable job because you're alone in life. And I guess you're not close to your father since you said that it's you're by
Mm,
yourself.
yeah, you're right.
Okay. That makes me think about your moon Saturn conjunction in the 12th house.
Yes. My life is a 12th house heavy life.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm a Capricorn rising, but I have it's ruled by my Sagittarius in the
Right.
12th.
No,
So
I just want to understand when you say very 12th house life.
mm,
Can you point towards a couple examples of what makes you say that? Real events, real situations.
real situations. Mm, well, knowing that I have moon in the 12th, I'm actually adopted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. If you can see that, it's also conjunct my Uranus in Sagittarius in the 12th.
Right.
So I'm adopted, and I really don't want to go into details about my biological parents, but because it's pretty controversial on their part, and I don't want to disclose their own version of the story. But no, they're not my relatives. Um,
Interesting.
thankfully, I get to, um they kept my real birthday, except the
Hmm.
no wait. Um, because my government birthday, the one on my birth certificate, is not October 27th, but I have the picture of the day I was 8 months. I'm sorry, I was 8 days old on this picture, I was a baby, and my mom wrote the date, and so I asked my mom about it, and she said, "Oh, your real birthday is on October 27th, but on my government birthday, it's different." So I was late. It was a late registration issue, and
Mhm.
oh, but funny thing was that my government birthday and my real birthday are both moon in Sagittarius. So that was fun. That was amusing. And what else? Hmm.
How old
Again,
were you when you got adopted?
I was still a baby,
Oh,
not
so they
even
gave
a
you
week
up kind
old.
of straight away.
Mm, my biological mom gave birth to me at a house, and then I was sent to the hospital because apparently my biological father was a doctor, and my mom's co-teacher, because I'm the third generation teacher of the family. Um, my mom's co-teacher, who eventually became my godmother, by the way, she was the one who informed my mom that there's a baby up for adoption, and my mom adopted me when she was 30. So I was my mom's Saturn return. We're both Saturn and Sagittarius. So.
Uh-huh. I see.
And what else with the 12th house themes? I'm her only child, so I pretty much grew up by myself because both of my parents were working. So it was a dual income, one child household. This was back in the 90s. What else? When my mom
Yeah, go ahead. Hmm.
when my mom passed away in 2019, so I've been living solo since September 2019. This was before the pandemic. And yeah, been living alone. I have no permanent address, by the way, because my mom sold our house. So I'm pretty much a nomad.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Hmm. So okay, so you got adopted when you were a baby. What was your
Mhm.
family situation like with your adoptive family?
Well, they were both professionals. My mom was a teacher. She was the second generation teacher in their family because her parents are both university professors. My dad had to quit teaching after short years of his teaching experience because of the delayed salary. So, well, fortunately for him, he became a company chemist. And
Hmm.
they're actually, the parents who adopted me are from different social class. My mom's side of the family, they're more privileged than my dad's side of the family. And I saw that they had a conflict regarding that issue.
Hmm.
And so, mm, what else?
Okay, that's interesting. A class conflict.
Yes, yes.
I don't understand. Is that common?
No, but in my mom's case, I mean, her parents were also from different social class, and they were both, I mean, they were still together, my maternal grandparents. And so with my dad and my mom, I think it had something to do with incompatibility because, how do I say this? My mom's not really, in terms of financial aspects, my mom and dad couldn't meet halfway. So, yeah. And when they separated, it was just me and my mom, and it has been a struggle. Had been a
They could
struggle
not. Oh, it was a struggle.
on the financial side of things because the court ordered my dad for child support, but my dad never supported me. So it was pretty much my mom who raised me up, and she sacrificed a lot for me. So yeah.
Right, because she adopted you as well. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I mean, but it's, I don't know, maybe for my mom, she's she was more emotionally attached than my dad, and it was painful in a way
Mm-hmm.
because I was I was a daddy's girl, so it felt like a betrayal. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Daddy's
maybe,
girl means like, what did you do with your dad?
well, because he had always wanted to have a child, but I think my mom miscarried twice. Um, I think, you know, the lore about having Gemini moon, because my mom had Gemini moon in the sixth. And so I thought that, oh, maybe it was one of the reasons she couldn't, you know, maybe have a
Depends
baby.
because you have to
Yeah, it
look at
depends. I know it
aspects that are to
depends.
her moon. So, for example, if it's
Well,
Saturn, that sounds very
I actually,
reasonable.
her Saturn is actually in the ninth because she was an Aries, Aries rising, Pisces sun, Gemini moon, Taurus Mars, Pisces Venus. And then when I checked her birth chart, it was just, man, it was full of squares.
You know, but the squares are not really a big deal. It's more about the story that they're telling, right? So that's what we pick
All
apart when
right.
we look at the chart, right? And so then we
Mm-hmm.
can't really look at just the moon by herself. I'm actually very
Uh-huh.
interested in the story you're telling because I'm like, okay, so why couldn't she conceive and she ended up adopting? Well, I don't know, but what I can tell you
Mm.
is that when she passed, Saturn was crossing over your moon. Maybe when she adopted you, Saturn was crossing over her moon. I don't know. But yeah, I want to understand about the class thing again. And you said that your parents could not meet in the middle when it's about money. I can't really
Yes.
get that. Is it, I mean, is are they yeah, I can't, is it can you explain a bit more about that?
Well, a bit of a family background on my father's side. Well, his parents passed away when he was pretty young, and so he had to, I mean, they were
Hmm.
12. He has 11 siblings, and
Oh wow.
yeah, well, that's a Filipino thing. Um, his parents were poor farmers, and they passed away. I don't know, but according to my mom, they passed away due to high fever, and they had no money for medical checkup or whatsoever at the time, and so they were
Hmm.
orphans. So my dad became an orphan at a pretty young age. He had to tend to himself, pretty young age. So I think it also had to do something with their POV because well, my mom didn't go through all those things like what my dad
Well,
experienced.
I'm just curious about, so like how does it, okay, that's the background, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm. And so what were they fighting about? How to spend money? That he's spending too much? That he's not good with spending? That so can you just help me understand that?
So my mom earned her own keep, and she's a hobbyist, so she has plants. She bakes, she cooks, and so she had to buy stuff, ingredients, and my dad couldn't understand what those things are for, given that, my mom had hobbies. It's just that, I mean, for me, I don't know why he wasn't so supportive about her hobbies. And also, what else? Um oh, my dad is a womanizer. Want to know their synastry? No, anyway, because he has my mom's Pisces Venus, my dad has Pisces Mars. It's on my mom's 12th, by the way. So ouch, that's
But what
crazy
does
for
it
her.
mean that he's a womanizer?
um well, he had been seeing other women. My mom caught him with a woman. in their bedroom and stuff like that.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. With you, it's surprisingly harder for me to understand than it has been historically. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling a lot. And I still just yeah, need more information actually. But I'm feeling
Sure.
Mars on the midheaven in Libra.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you told me that your parents are of a different class and they don't get along. Now that you told me that he didn't like to invest in her hobbies, but I still don't really understand that too well yet. Of course, because I don't know you too well yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, there's something else that comes up for me. It's about the Saturn transit to your fourth house. Like you can see it's exact at the moment. That's making me think about how, by happenstance, our conversation immediately went to your family and all the family history and everything that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like not even been about you too much because you're giving context on your dad's family and your mom's family and what they come from. Yeah, so reflecting on, well, where you come from.
Yeah.
And well, I didn't really understand how you lived with them, but I feel the moon Saturn in Sag. One of them just because you were adopted, so you were sent away by your biological family, but the other part that your parents themselves didn't really get along. I didn't get that too well yet, but I feel that here, and I
Mm-hmm.
also feel that in both of them being very well educated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The something else that stands out to me is that you said your dad also had like health issues when he was young. But did so
Oh,
I
that
see
was
this
my
like
mom.
oh, that
My
was your
mom
mom.
had my mom had health issues since she was young. She what else? She helped my grandmother raised her siblings because they were nine. She had eight siblings, and so she was like the second mom of the
Uh-huh.
family. But she's actually the third child. She's a third child, and she's the third daughter. But she, perhaps she was the most trusted sibling or child out of the bunch. So,
Uh-huh.
mhm.
You said your mom had health issues all her life. Does that mean that she was
Yes.
kind of oftentimes in bed, let's say, like bedridden?
No, she wasn't bedridden because she had two open heart surgeries, and so she was on maintenance.
She was on I don't know what that means.
Medical maintenance. So she take meds regularly.
Uh-huh. So that was a big part of your life, her being on medication, being sick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
She has, yeah, she has chronic illness. I mean, physically, yes.
Can you explain like what that looks like when you're interacting with her?
Um, well, she really, I mean, she and my father were both affectionate parents, but they weren't the most, I wouldn't say, I mean, no parent is perfect, but my mom is not the most emotionally stable parent sometimes when it comes to my problems. And then, what else? I mean, we bonded over things like music, movies. Pretty much my parents are into movies and music, and so I'm also into those things. And but sometimes when life gets heaviest, and it's just so difficult to um have an open, healthy, positive conversation with my mom sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
then I went into a crisis sometime 2012, around 2012. And so she had to seek for help, sought help, and against my will, but she already had the schedule for the psychiatrist. And we found out that I had chronic depression. And
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's a very heavy 12th house theme again.
Now I feel it, right? The Moon Saturn conjunction in your 12th, that you're diagnosed with chronic depression, right? So that you
mm,
feel sad and kind of like out of sorts. And if you
yeah,
think about
because
it, go
it's
ahead.
okay. It didn't end there because at age 38, I just had my diagnoses early this year in January. I have ADHD. I have
Okay.
autism.
Hmm.
I have PTSD. I have OCD, and I have anxiety.
Oh
So
my goodness.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay. Now I'm really starting to feel the Moon Saturn 12th house.
Mhm.
So does that mean you feel kind of like incapacitated and you need a lot of rest and a lot of distance and
Yes. However, it's now getting better. Um, because if you remember when Uranus dipped into Gemini last year, that was a different thing. But now, I mean, so far, so far, I can cope just fine. I already have my meds. I just need to stick to a routine, but yeah, it's still difficult. And so
Mhm. I see.
um yeah.
How does that affect you, having all of like ADHD, autism, PTSD, OCD, anxiety?
Mm, let's see. Have to reparent myself because it's not like my parents were aware of my conditions. Um,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
healing journey that pop culture is saying is not the easiest thing. I have to do healthy coping mechanism. I have to learn emotional regulation. I have to unlearn things. And
Mhm.
the thing is, even when people say, "Oh, but you should do this, you should have more hobbies, you should have," all these things require money. And financially, though, I can say that it's now quite much better than back in 2023. From 2018 to 2023, those were, especially 2019. I don't want to go back to those years. So I'm thankful for 2024, 2025, and now 2026. And though I'm currently facing challenges, I know that, well, there's light in the tunnel. So I just have to keep on going because when I look back, I saw that I've always been, there's always, there's always something always redeemed. I'm always get redeemed by something, and so I just have to hold on. And probably it's because of the faith that I'm in. So yeah,
Can you
follows
explain when you have to
styles.
reparent yourself and learn all these? So how do you go about doing that?
But parenting myself, the basic stuff. I mean, sure, I can cook. I can do the basic stuff. My mom taught me, but um, reparenting myself. Because
Do you
my
go
mom
to
was
like
working.
therapy?
Um, mm, pretty much inconsistent on that part because of, I'm sorry, of because I need my Saturdays. Every Sunday I go to church. Saturday is where for myself, for my laundry, for my hobbies, and so yeah. So for therapy, sometimes I think I've been twice or thrice. And of course, it's different when it comes to my medical consultation with the psychiatrist. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also hear the moon, Uranus, Saturn, just in the way that you're speaking,
Mm,
right? I can hear a bit of the ADHD. It's like your information processing is a little different. Do you
yes,
feel
yes,
that inside your own brain? Do you feel how you're kind of
yes. I'm aware. I'm very aware about that.
uh-huh. But do you experience it internally, or do you feel kind of normal?
No, I don't. But knowing that I'm not alone, there's a rising. According to data, there are more and more women in their late 30s getting diagnosed by ADHD. But in my case,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just ADHD. I'm also on the spectrum of, oh, it's both spectrum on ADHD and autism. And so
Does that
I
make
get
it
on.
hard for you to communicate with people?
Not really, but sometimes I sometimes I go home and then think about the other some conversation with people where I think, did I really say that? Why did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Questions, ruminating. It's what they call
Mm-hmm.
for ADHD
Rumination.
girls. Yeah, rumination. And what else? My struggles. Yeah, limerence. And now,
Limerence.
yeah,
Okay.
after my formal diagnoses, I thought, oh, so those really were um, cases of limerence. And so now I don't know if I were just obsessed with them or was it just limerence. So obsession or real love. And so yeah, that's my struggle. Because if you can see I think I mean you can see that my seventh house is ruled by my 12th.
Uh-huh. I see what you mean. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay, so you're single
Yes, I'm single and child free.
and child free. That's funny. Okay. Mm-hmm. Um, there was something you said earlier that stood out to me. It's about your parents being really into music and movies.
Hmm.
What is how? What does that mean?
Well, they had collections of physical media, record, Betamax. My
What was that
dad was
last word?
um Betamax or Beta. We have VHS. There's VHS and there's Betamax
Okay,
or
got it.
Beta.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad was a gamer. He was into Super Mario. He had a family computer. We He bought a family computer. So when you think about it,
Okay.
he bought a family computer. He bought a complete set of Super Mario games. Yet he questioned my mom about her hobby. So that was wow, that was pretty messed up. And so what else? Even
Mhm.
after their separation, I would visit my father from time to time and saw that he collected CDs, DVDs. My mom and I still watch movies on TV, and so that's how I basically bonded over my parents' music and movies.
Interesting. Okay, the whole video gaming thing, and that he has a collection of like Super Mario stuff and the
Mhm.
like household computer, I'm starting to feel the Jupiter and Aries in your fourth house. Aries being like the excitement and the fun and the youth and the boyishness.
Yes, I
Um,
have to
and,
say that my childhood wasn't that bad in a way. Except the
mhm,
separation that pretty much changed my life
right.
when they separated. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that tells me like maybe when you were little there was a lot of fun, like a lot of playing. Also, maybe you had siblings, like a big family, and you would do things together.
No, it was just the three of us, my mom, my dad, and I. Oh, we had two house help. What else? For some people, maybe if they know that, if they find out that I'm autistic, they probably wouldn't believe me because I have friends, and that's a messed up way, a messed up thing to say. No, I've always had friends. I'm not bad at having friends. I'm not bad at having friends, meeting people to become friends. Nope, not at all. So what else? So I didn't really struggle with friends, but I struggle with family life, and I think you can see that because I have Aries in the fourth. And then
Well,
I
that's for
have
me the Aries
Scorpio
in the fourth
Venus.
for me is more like so what's happening here is what I would like to know, right? So that
Mhm.
when you tell me like for example your dad was collecting Super Mario and there was the computer, I'm like, aha, that's very interesting, right? So then
Yeah.
the other question for because you
Mhm.
said okay, your childhood was not too bad. And I also understood that you watched movies and listened to music a lot together. But then was there anything else that you did as a family that you remember?
No, because my dad had night shifts, so we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really do things together as family, just the three of us. No, I don't remember having a family time where my parents were with me in some place.
Mm-hmm. Do you drive?
I don't. I have a poor hand-eye coordination.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Did you have to do a lot of things alone, like learn how to be independent managing the household?
Yes, I was a latchkey kid.
What does that mean?
Well, I get to be the first one back in our home and cook sometimes, prepare meals, because my mom sometimes arrived pretty late, maybe 7 or 8 p.m. Um, yeah, so I was pretty much alone.
Okay, you were alone most of the time. Your parents were both gone. That's right. You said they both had jobs.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
um,
Okay.
yeah, but they separated when I was around 6. So there was still some house help at that age. But when my parents separated, we moved out of the house, my mom and I, and it was just the two of us. And from there, I started, my mom taught me housework. And by the
Uh-huh.
time hasn't arrived at home, then I get to cook, prepare food, those stuff.
For just the two of you.
Yeah, for the two of us.
And would you go visit your father?
Back then, yes.
Okay. So, okay, now I'm getting a few things. Like before your parents separated, I'm feeling the moon Saturn in the 12th because you were alone, left alone at home. Even the fact that your mom is getting home pretty late, so you don't get to see her until 7, 8. But that makes me think about the trine to Jupiter and Aries in the fourth house, that from a young age, you learned a lot about how to keep a house. And so you would inevitably do that for your mom.
Mm. We have
Hmm.
to
It
we
makes me
have
think of,
to divide some labor division.
uh-huh, okay. I see. Uh-huh.
But make no mistake, that was a lot for me because I didn't know I wasn't diagnosed neurodivergent. So, yeah.
So why was it a lot for, like, what's too much? Is it like you like cooking is too much or cleaning? Can you explain?
Because I just want to rest because I just came back from school and that's already too
Mm-hmm.
much mental work. And so I want to rest. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
rest. You know what they say about neurodivergence and how we get easily tired.
Okay, I get it. And you couldn't rest.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, now I feel the moon, Saturn, in the 12th again, right? Because the 12th house is the house of rest,
Mm.
sleeping. And so the moon there makes me think, yeah, you just want to go home and rest all the time, but there's Saturn and you don't get the chance. You're not allowed. And the reason for that is the connection to Jupiter and Aries in the fourth. There's so much to do to take care of the house and cook.
Yes.
Okay. See, now we're getting this is now okay, great. Um, and it just stayed to be the two of you. Like you mostly spent your childhood, you and your mom.
Yeah. Since I was around 6 or 7, it was just my mom and I.
Wow. And but where?
Um, so my parents separated, but we were still at the same hometown, the same city, the place where I grew up, but we lived in different villages.
Hmm.
Same place, but different villages.
I
And
see. Was there a
so,
lot of
yeah.
movement for you in between houses?
Mm,
Did
not
you have to
much.
go alone to your
Oh, yeah.
father's even when you
Yes,
were
yes,
little?
yes. Yes.
I see. And you have to take the trip there, which is by motorbike or by bus or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Ah.
I think it
And
would take me 30 to 40 minutes to get to his house or their house.
mhm. I see now. Okay. And you would how often would you go back and forth?
Well, it used to be once every month until I couldn't keep up with that routine anymore since there are things that got in the way, like being in high school, being in
Mhm.
college, and so life changes. So,
Mhm. I see. Okay, now I feel that you're very independent despite being having all of those conditions.
I had to survive. So,
And I also feel like the need for freedom from in you.
yeah, it's just that. Oh, look, I'm gonna say this. I just didn't expect that. Wanting freedom, it costed me my mom's absence. So that's something that was really
Mm,
painful because I just want to work overseas. I mean, my mom um knew about this, have always known about this because I had a short gig in Vietnam before I went to this country. And by the time I was about to go back to Vietnam for work, well, no, I'm sorry. Her condition worsened, and so I had to stay.
mhm.
And yeah,
I
she
see.
passed away in
Okay.
2019. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the moon in Sag in the 12th house makes me think about how you always knew that you wanted to work and live overseas. But the
Yes.
Saturn makes me think about you were kept back from going overseas because of your mom's terrible condition that had worsened.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I feel that as well, that like now you have the freedom, but probably I guess you still feel your mom's absence.
I do, because she was my only family, and she was all, she has always been a part of my plan, and it's the reason why I wanted to go back overseas and work so I can give back to her. But no, there's
Hmm.
just no way for that anymore. No, no family member to spoil to or spoil with especially that I'm now financially quite okay. Much better, at a much better place than before. And so,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, and I guess you always wanted to assist her financially, and finally you
I
can
do,
bring
I
to
do,
the
I do. Because
Mhm.
there's just no way that she worked hard, so damn hard, knowing that she had that chronic condition. Yeah,
Mm.
because
Mhm.
but in a way, my mom taught me so much at life, in life, but not so much with words, but by how she lived her life. Um, anyway, I'll just tell this story that she retired in teaching in 2017, and she passed away in 2019. So yeah. So now
Mhm.
I work and I make sure that I enjoy my keep.
Mhm. Wow, I see now. That's really deep. I see why now I understand why the hell because the first thing you said is like, yeah, I'm here because of the health insurance.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
huh? That's so random. I never heard that in my life. Uh-huh.
So the things that I get to do, the things that I'm currently doing, has something to do with have how do I say this? It has something to do in opposite of how my mom lived her life. So
Yes, exactly. Mhm. Do you have hobbies that you invest in?
so I had a resistance muscle training. I need to build muscle at this age because I travel and my body couldn't keep up. But my mind says we should go to these places. My body says otherwise. So I do that and I go to Pilates trial classes. So far, I've been to two, and then I went back to my childhood hobby of journaling. But this time, it's not writing on a journal. It's more about it's more on junk journaling and art journaling, and it's this hobby pretty much took so much of my time that the moment I um go home, I pretty much spend 2 to 3 hours just doing junk journaling, and I splurged for this hobby, and so, but unlike um
Where do you get the junk?
oh, not junk, but like physical, like receipts. Let's say I have the brown paper bag of this salad that I bought, and so I'm gonna cut out the logo of the store and then paste it and maybe draw on a page, put some stickers and other stuff. So yeah, junk journaling and art journaling. And
Okay.
the progress is I'm proud to say that I've been pretty consistent at it. And so that I think this is part of healing. Because
Okay.
back when I was a kid, I didn't really stick to this kind of hobby, and I just bought things and I didn't use most of the most of the stuff. And now it's different. I really used up the things I bought, so I'm happy to say that.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Here I start to feel Venus in your 11th Scorpio. The 11th
Mhm.
house is being in the city and collecting stuff like bubble gum and groceries and receipts from the restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yes.
you
Yes.
value the refuse that you get when you're outside walking about. There, I feel Venus and Scorpio in the 11th. And then she's
Mm.
together with this trio in Scorpio Sun, Mercury, Pluto. And they're all in Scorpio. So the Scorpio part makes me think about the refuse itself, like you're using the brown paper bag that the food was in, right? So that for me is the Scorpio. And then the journaling obviously is Mercury, and that you spend 3 hours a day doing that, or whenever you do it, you spend a lot of time. That for me is the
Mhm.
sun. Such a focus for you. It's so interesting for you. It's
Mm.
something you're creating. Yeah. And then the Pluto for me again is like the junk and everything you're writing and collecting there.
Mhm. Mhm. You're right. You're
Mm.
right.
And the other part of
I'm
it, that you've just now started the Pilates classes. For me, it's again because Saturn has just entered Aries, right?
Yeah,
And is
I
opposing
agree.
your Mars. Yeah, so this makes me think, okay, now you need to start strength training.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you've just done the Pilates classes,
Yes.
like over the last, what, couple days or last few weeks?
No, I just went this Saturday, last Saturday, I'm sorry, last Saturday. I went to a trial class for gyrotonic Pilates. And then a week before that, I did reformer Pilates. There are a lot of Pilates, kinds of Pilates. And so the next plan is to try mat Pilates. But so
Mat
far, I
Pilates.
have to say that the most fun is the strength resistance training. And I'm
Okay,
planning to go back to that one.
so what I'm feeling here is like Mars that is
Mhm,
conjuncture Jupiter in Aries and has been since Mars entered Aries. That would have been like 3 weeks ago, let's say. So that
mhm.
makes me think about this period where you're trying out different kinds of exercises and you're finding out what's fun. And for me, the
Yeah.
Saturn opposing your Mars is where you're like looking for the thing where you want to invest more of your time and you're finding probably that strength resistance training.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm oh, interesting. Now I'm also noticing the transiting Pluto, you can see is at 5 degrees of Aquarius.
Yeah.
And
It
he's
went
making an exact
retrograde,
square to
right?
your, yeah, he just entered your second house lately.
Mm-hmm.
And he's making an exact square to your Mercury at 5 degrees Scorpio. Right now, that's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this for me is how, first of all, you're waiting for information about if you're going to be placed at a school and where you're going to be placed. And at the same time, you're submitting applications to other
Yeah.
schools because you're scared, well, maybe you're not going to be able to get paid.
Yeah.
Right, come July, August, and you don't want to be homeless. So there I feel this like the pressure here of searching for
Mm.
other schools, right? Because that's Aquarius, the
Mm-hmm.
different groups and communities and organizations that you work with.
Yeah.
And you're yeah, either waiting for a message that's not coming, which I guess is like you're waiting every day to hear from them. And you're also researching and submitting applications again. Does that make
Yeah.
sense when you see that?
Yeah. Yes. I like that you explained that to me because just earlier I was looking at the transit of Jupiter in Cancer because if I'm
hmm
not mistaken, it's trine my Scorpio Venus. Can you check?
Yes, it is, right?
Yeah,
Let's talk
yeah.
about it.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Who are you hanging out with?
I just um well, they're also foreign teachers based here in this country. However, they're from the school I applied to. It's an international school. I'm trying to get into teaching at an international school, and so I had the opportunity to hang out with these people, and I mean, every night they have they have this pub quiz events every month, and so that was a time I get to meet them, and so it has been fun and absolutely enriching with enriching, you know, the conversations. I started meeting these bunch since March 13th this year.
Okay, perfect. So you can see that Jupiter is transiting your seventh house the whole time,
Yeah.
right? That you're meeting these friends and you're having very enriching conversations and you feel like, yeah, this is amazing. And the whole time, Jupiter is applying trine to your Venus in the 11th.
Yeah.
Right, Venus in the 11th would be the international school teaching women that you have discovered and are actually able to get close to now.
Hmm.
Yeah, so there's the Jupiter Venus trine at one level, right? There's other levels. This also makes me
Yeah.
think about, is there like a cafe or a restaurant somewhere where you're
Yes.
establishing
Yes. Yes.
yourself? Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
Could you say more about that?
Um. Well, I went to these, say, cafes, restaurants. I actually have a list of cafes and restaurants that I wanted to go to. Um, I just submitted, I mean, just an added info. I just submitted my visa application to for my summer vacation to Tokyo, and the same thing. My itinerary, my schedule of stay were all just about cafes, brunch, shops, and what else? Yeah, pretty much. Those were the top
Okay, there's
locations.
again Jupiter Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're thinking about all the things you want to enjoy when you go traveling. Because again, that's the
Yes, I
11th
do.
house. It's the shops, it's the restaurants, it's the cafes. The reason I asked you specifically about food is because of the water sign.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like, oh, okay, there's coffee or maybe smoothies.
Yes, I do. I do. I do. I did just order a coffee, and I ordered coffee and smoothie yesterday. Yep, you're right.
Okay. Ta-da. Even this meeting is that Jupiter Venus, right? Because there was an
Right.
offer
Yes.
coming
Yes.
from the internet, and here I am to talk about
Exactly.
you, right?
Yeah.
So there's Jupiter Venus happening on quite a few levels already, right? But there's
Mm-hmm.
even more. The more we look, the more we find. What
Okay.
about being in like women's groups or like children also come up maybe as a subject?
Well, I'm a primary school teacher,
Oh yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. Duh. Okay.
And as for women, well, yes, most of my friends are women.
Hmm. Okay, is there some kind of event? Maybe someone is having a celebration, like a birthday or a wedding or a baby shower or something like that.
Okay, so it's interesting that you asked me that, but it's not happening this month. Um, I've already organized the birthday event of my friend's birthday next month, and I've also volunteered to be one of the, sorry, bridal shower coordinator for another teacher, another
Yes.
Filipino teacher based in this country. So, yeah, those were the events
Right. So
I've.
when I asked about the birthday and the bridal stuff, that for me is the Cancer, right? And the Jupiter is the celebration.
Um,
Like, ooh, someone like something is happening exciting with or for someone because it's in the seventh.
Okay, other people, yes. Correct.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the Venus, right? It should be with your friends,
Mm-hmm.
something that you're doing in community.
Yes.
Yeah, this makes me also
Mhm.
think about going to maybe going to the beach with someone.
Shoot someone.
Or getting close to people. Yeah, like getting close to these women, like feeling like you're a part of a community, feeling like there's people you can reach out to now and that you're not that alone. Yeah, just feeling more supported and more
I would say, look, I'm pretty optimistic about this, and I hope I'm not being the Lulu, but it's now getting better,
yeah.
cause just I think last month. uh, The thing is, I don't feel homesickness, and I think that's an attribute of my ADHD. But something happened last month where I felt so secluded. And it's odd because I'm here in the city. There's so many things to do, but a lot of my peers, the ones I've met since 2024 and 2025 in this country, um, they're now taking their post grad studies online. And so there's really no time to meet these people anymore. And
Mm-mm.
so, yeah, I felt secluded, alone, and I wanted to change something. And so I had I have to be intentional of putting myself out there and meeting new
Mm-hmm.
people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last month you were secluded, and you're talking about from the peers that you have where you are now, or the peers back home in the Philippines?
The peers here in this country, because I'm I have constant communication with my peers back home in the Philippines, but in terms of like going to different places, of course, I need direct network or contact. And so I've made friends since 2020. Late, yeah, the moment I arrived here, I already knew some Filipino teachers who were based here. And so, yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay.
now
Because last month the
they're
sun was
also going
transiting your
to.
fourth house. That is what that makes me think about you feeling very secluded, right? Because the sun is in your
Mhm.
fourth last month. And the sun is
Mm,
transiting your Jupiter in the fourth. And so the
mm,
issue why you're secluded is because other people are taking their post grad,
yeah.
right? So there I feel the Jupiter, right? They're studying,
Mm.
and that's why
Yes.
you're alone. Yeah,
Yes.
see, so the sun is trining your Saturn and moon in the 12th. Yeah, this is why you were so secluded. And then, the sun left Aries and you were like, okay, now it's time to go out.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, let's pause here for today.
Okay.
Great. What did you think, or what are you kind of left with?
Um, I'm pretty much okay. So I think around May 26th this year, in a few weeks, I'm going to have the Saturn transit opposite my natal Mars. I'm sure you can check that on
Well, we've been
the
talking about that
something.
already, right?
And so,
Like waiting
yeah,
for
but
your.
like in
Go
terms
ahead.
of like the exact degree, it's on May 26th, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite scared for that. But then again, I checked my zodiacal releasing. There's this app for ZR, and I'm pretty optimistic about June, and so I just need to hold out. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, I'm gonna stop recording,
Sure.
and then you and I can just talk for a couple minutes more.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.